I've been gaining weight and it's been a struggle for me. So I wanted to make this video and talk to you guys about it. For those of you that don't know, 10 years ago, I lost 130 pounds. My heaviest weight, my starting weight, was 275 pounds, and I was able to get my weight down to 145 pounds. I was so proud of myself when I did that, and I honestly believed that I was gonna be able to maintain that low weight forever. But lately, it's been really starting to land that it's not possible for me to sustain that and to maintain that weight forever, all the time. It's just, no matter how hard I try, I just can't do it. And I honestly thought that I would never gain weight again. I didn't realize that what happens after you lose a big amount of weight is your goals are gonna change. After I lost all that weight, I had a lot of loose skin and body fat. And so I was pretty was flappy, I had a lot of loose skin, and I realized I wanted to put on muscle to try to fill out some of the loose skin. But I knew that I was gonna have to eat a little bit more in order to do that, and that would cause me to gain weight. When you wanna build muscle, you can't eat in a calorie deficit. You actually have to eat more. And when you gain muscle, you also gain a little bit of body fat. And I was terrified to do that because I had worked so hard to lose all the weight. But I knew if I wanted my loose skin to look a little bit better, I was gonna have to do it. And so I started to eat a little bit more and go through these bulking and cutting cycles that I share with you guys on my channel sometimes. I have body dysmorphia and I've had it my whole life. And even after losing the weight, I still struggle with my size, and I feel and imagine that my body is always bigger than it actually is. So going through these cycles is really scary, but it's really helped me reshape my body. And when I first lost the weight, I was 145 pounds and a size 10. And doing these bulking and cutting cycles have helped me get to a size 4. But my weight fluctuates a lot. And when I do a cut and I get down to 145 pounds, I have to drop my calories pretty low, and by the end, it gets pretty hard to sustain the 145. So I have to give myself a break. I have to eat a little bit more. It allows me to build muscle, and I'm really proud of the way that my body is shaped. But the fear of seeing the number go up on the scale, even after doing these cycles for as long as I have, it's still really hard. And so what happened was in December, Kyle and I did a cut, and it was pretty hardcore. We did so good. I was so proud of myself. I got really lean. I kept a lot of muscle. I was 145 pounds after the cut was done. And I looked the best I had ever looked, the best shape of my life for Christmas, which was my goal. When Christmas was over, I knew I needed to give myself a break, but I was really nervous to gain back the weight. It was one of the hardest times, even though I had done it many times before. For some reason, that cut, because I'd gone through a lot during that cut, and it was I didn't want to give up that number because I had gone through so much to get it back that the thought of giving myself a break and eating a little bit more was really scary. So I gave myself a couple of cheat days and I let myself eat a little bit more, but I really didn't give my body the break that it needed. And I threw myself into another cut pretty quickly. I didn't do as good on that one because my body didn't get the break it needed. And I know so many people that struggle, you know, that watch my channel and others, they want to get to a certain number and they don't sometimes understand what I'm doing with the bulking and cutting, but there is a purpose to it, and I know that. But even though I know what I'm doing and I choose to eat a little bit more and gain a bit of weight, it's still really hard to do it. So this time, Kyle and I said, okay, we're gonna take a break. Our cut ended at the end of April, and we said we're gonna give ourselves until just a couple of days ago to really have a break, because mentally and physically, your body can't stay in a calorie deficit for years and years and years. It just doesn't work. It needs a break. And I have learned that. And when I didn't give myself enough of a break, I was feeling really no motivation, physically and mentally drained. I wasn't being able to think straight, or my creativity felt gone. I kind of felt like I lost myself a bit, so I knew I needed to really allow myself this time to eat a little bit more food. Even during the week, I was giving myself a little extra calories. On the weekends, I was giving myself boost meals. I weighed in yesterday. It was the start of our new cut. We're doing one because in July, the beginning of July, we're going to a wedding. So we're calling this the wedding cut. We want to get in shape to look our best as wedding guests when we go to this wedding. I weighed in at 162 pounds. I ended my last cut at 147. I couldn't quite make my 145. It was really difficult because I didn't give myself enough of a break.
Also, I'll just add in, Nicole and me maintaining our lowest weight 10 years ago with zero muscle is much easier than maintaining that low weight with muscle.
And that's exactly it.
Your metabolism, everything is just rocking and rolling with muscle. And it's just a lot. When you're not lifting weights, you're not building that hunger and all that stuff factored in. It's easier to maintain a low weight without muscle.
Exactly. But with the muscle, I do weigh a little bit more, so it's harder to get down to that 145 and sustain it.
Yeah,
so thank you for adding that in.
We're not trying to drop muscle, right? So which is another reason why you don't want to stay in a sustained calorie deficit for too long if you want to keep your shape and muscle.
Thank you. That's a really good point. Yes. My goal when I do a cut is to keep as much muscle as I can while dropping body fat. And that is really hard to do
naturally, like me and Nicole do it.
And we're doing it completely naturally. Nothing except creatine, which your body makes. That's all we do. Just calorie deficit and lift weights. So when I weighed in, like, I know that I was purposely gaining weight. I choose to do it, but it's still difficult when I get on the scale. But anyway, I realized something that is 10 years coming. Last night, Kyle and I were talking about our weigh-in and realizing, like, okay, now when we do cuts, when we come off and we go into like a bulk, I'm really gonna let myself have a break. I realized, and this is really scary for me to say, but when I did my last cut and I threw myself into another one too soon, I didn't let myself gain enough weight. And that's gonna sound really silly, but it didn't give me enough places to go. I had only gained like 10 pounds, and I know that's gonna sound silly, but that wasn't enough. It didn't give me enough places to go to drop the weight, and I really struggled. Whereas this time I've gained 15 pounds and I know that I'm gonna lean out quickly and I'm gonna get to my goal by the wedding because I gave myself enough of a break and I gave myself a place to go weight-wise, preserving my muscle at the same time as dropping the fat. So if you're somebody struggling to lose weight or you've lost it and you're really finding it hard to maintain, this is not a one and done thing. And Kyle and I have learned that over time. Yes, you're gonna lose a chunk of weight and you're gonna be able to keep off a big chunk, but to keep that low number that you got to, It's very difficult. Your body changes. If you put on muscle, your weight's gonna fluctuate on the scale. Things are gonna go up and down. Your body needs a break from dieting. You can't diet forever.
You also might have set way too low of a goal weight.
Yes, and your body might have to adjust to what its natural set point is. And that might be a little higher than what you expected. My natural set point, it's 150, 160. It fluctuates up and down there. So when I want to cut, I really have to lock in and do it, but I can't sustain that weight for a long time. So I'm starting to learn my body and accept it. And I wanted to share it with anybody out there struggling. Your goals will change. If you have loose skin, you're gonna wanna try to build muscle to try to fill some of that out. You're gonna have to learn to eat a little more and then adapt and then cut back a little bit. Give yourself a break and then lock in and cut down and see your muscle. And that's what Kyle and I have been doing. With body dysmorphia, it's really difficult because if I eat like one cookie, I picture myself at 275 pounds again. So I also have to work through that. And I know a lot of you watching struggle with body dysmorphia too. And I have to constantly remind myself, what I'm doing is reshaping my body. There's a purpose. I'm choosing to do this. And there's an end goal that I'm getting to, and I'll be okay. I just have to do it one step at a time and consciously choose to eat a little bit more for a break, and then consciously choose to eat a bit less, but do it slowly because I don't want to lose all my muscle. So I do it slow. I also want to be able to not trigger any emotional eating or anything like that. I want to just do it slowly and naturally because it is easier to sustain when you drop it slow. I still want to keep off my big chunk of weight, so you have to do it slowly. If you want to know exactly what I ate and did to lose my weight, keep it off, and get in the best shape of my life, I have 4 weight loss ebooks. You can buy them all separately and use code Nicole to save yourself 10% off, or you can buy all 4 in my everything bundle for a cheaper price, and then use code Nicole to save yourself 10% off the already cheaper price for a double savings. Links are down below for that. And if you're looking for a baller, high protein snack or treat, got you covered. We ate these all. But these are HTLT Steps Seco bars, and this is the new s'mores flavor. These are so good. We heat them in the microwave for 10 seconds and they taste even more like a s'mores. And the coating on them tastes like the milk chocolate that you put in s'mores. Like, they're so good. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below for these. We like traveling with these, like on the go, doing errands, because they have protein in them, so it helps you feel fuller longer. And that's great for when we're hungry on the go. We eat this instead of being tempted to go eat like fast food or something we didn't want to eat. So the friends, I hope that this helps anybody struggling out there. Weight loss isn't about perfection, and you're not gonna get to a certain number and just stay there forever.
Some things look great on paper, but in the real world, it's a lot harder to sustain.
So basically, yes. So basically, be gentle on yourself, prepare and allow yourself to fluctuate. And if you've been dieting for a long time and you feel stuck, try giving yourself a bit of a break. But if you choose it, you'll be more in control when you're giving yourself the break instead of I gotta eat everything because I neglected to give myself a break. So you choose it. Slow and steady wins the race.
Listen to your body.
Listen to your body. We love you. Peace. Barking dogs. We're out.
There's planes. There's a baseball
Kids,
tournament.
Dogs barking.
There's dogs. What else? We haven't had a bee attack in this video.
Don't put it out.
Oh, the birds.
In the universe. Oh, a bug just went by.
Tropical birds singing above us that don't even live here.
Don't put it in the universe about bees. We better get out of here before
Mosquitoes.
there's... Love you. Peace. Catch you in the next
See ya.
one. See ya. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it.